There are altars that people are speaking your names, calling your children's names, cursing your destiny, that this person must be useless, he must come to nothing. There are two types of people that I want you to remember, that I want you to keep in mind. The first one is the one that received a blessing from their great parents. The second one is the person who is born from a struggling family. The family that has been struggling in poverty for a long time. It will take the grace of God for that person to break that bloodline of poverty in their lives. And that person is the one that's going to break the case of the poverty in their family. Starting from that person to the generation that is to come and the next generation, meaning he is going to change the DNA of his family. He's going to break that case. That means his children, they are not supposed to go through the things that he went through because he has broken that case. So, how do you know that this person is operating under the case? There are quite a number of things that you have to understand. Number one, everything that you get, you will have to fight. You have to force things in order for things to happen. It means that there is a case that is operating in your life. Find out the taproot of the problem that you are experiencing. Which family are you coming from? And who is making it in your family? Most of the people, when they make it, they die young. They don't make it to 50, 70, or 80. Why? Because that case is operating in their family. Some people, they will buy something. Let me show you this. I want you to pay close attention. For you to know and understand that there is a case that is being under my family or in my life, you will buy something. Your life will be moving backwards. You will buy something today, 3,000 rand or $3,000. After a little while, and then you will sell that thing 1,500. That means you are going backwards. You can go to the shop and buy, I'm giving you now example. You can go to the shop and buy a nice shoe. You try it, you test it there at the shop, and it's fitting properly. You get home, you wear it, and that shoe is too tight for you. And this is happening after 2 weeks. Already the heel is worn out. You can't take it back. Then you think about selling it to someone. You're not going to sell it at the same price that you bought it. You're going to sell it at a second-hand price. That means your life is going backwards. That means there is a certain case that is operating in your life. You need to check that loophole and close it. Remember, I'm talking about someone who was born from the poor family that is struggling. There's a case that is operating in that family. Some people, they cannot get married. Their destiny was exchanged. When they were born, they had their destiny that they're going to get married, they're going to have a great family. But along the way, because of envy and jealousy of other people, remember, Jesus gave the parable of a farmer. He hired men to go and sow the seed. But during the night, a stranger came and went in the same field and sowed a strange seed. When they waited, they found out that this wrong seed was germinating together with the seed that they sown. You went to school, you graduated. But along the way, you wonder things just started becoming sour. People can exchange people's destiny. People can exchange your star. You were shining. Everything was going on very well with your life, but all of a sudden, things just change. The relationship that was going on very well, all of a sudden, you find that things just changed. There's a case that needs to be broken. You start a business, and that business is going on very well. Everything is just fine. It is possible that when you sleep, that's why I will tell you that you need to check who are your friends. Because there are some frenemies People who pretend to be your friends, but they are your enemies. They don't wish you well. When you are together, the problem with you is that you share everything with them because you believe that they are your friends, but they are not your friends. They don't love you. They don't like you. They don't like your progress. When you share with them the plans that you have, that this is what I'm going to do. This year 2025, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E. You don't know they are going to consult certain altars and they're going to put your picture, your even the money that will come from your hands, and they'll put it on that altar and they're going to kiss you and they will exchange the destiny. I have seen people that had children. Children were doing well at school and their parents were so proud of the children. And they had friends that their children were not doing well at school at all. But they did something to those children. They exchanged their destinies. They switched their stars. And they became useless. They can't think on their own. They can't operate for themselves. Things will just be messed up. One tragedy after another. And you ask yourself, why is my life in shambles? Simply because there's a case that is operating in your life. Somebody switched your destiny. I'll tell you a story of Solomon. When Solomon prayed to God, when God appeared to him in a dream and he asked him, what do you want? Just one thing. Solomon said, I want nothing else but wisdom. Divine wisdom. And God was so pleased with the request of Solomon and said, you have done so well. He gave him wisdom. And that wisdom was to be tested. And the two women, they both had children. The first woman gave birth to a child. A week later or 2 weeks later, another lady gave birth to another child. Both of them slept. And when they slept, the other woman slept over her child and choked her, and the child died. When the child died, I want you to listen to this. This is so crucial. When the child died, when she woke up and realized that the child has died, she picked up the child and went to her friend and removed the child that was not dead and put her dead child next to this woman. And she took the child that was alive and she slept. When they both woke up in the morning, they realized that one child was dead. And they started asking, what happened? But that one is my child. This looks like my child. There's no mother that will never identify her own child. So they fought and they said, okay, let's go to the king so that he can help us out. When they went to King Solomon and he asked, who is the owner of this child? This woman whose child was dead, she said, this is my child. And the woman whose child was still alive said, this is my child. But Solomon said, okay, so who are we going to give this child to? Everyone said, it's my child, it's my child. Now, Solomon came with a suggestion. He asked one of his men to bring a sword. He said, I want you to bring the living child. We are going to cut this child in half. One half we're going to give to this woman, and the other half we're going to give to the other woman. The woman whose child was dead, she agreed to the suggestion. She said, go ahead, king. You are the king. You have a final say. Cut the child into half and give us. But the mother whose child was still alive, if you are a true mother, you will never allow your child to be slaughtered on your watch. That can never happen. So she said, please do not kill that child. Instead, take this child and give it to my friend so that this child can live. We don't have to lose both children. Now, the wisdom of Solomon said, the mother who says the child must not be killed is the owner of the child. So give this child to this woman. So the child survived. Now, that's why I'm telling you that This is happening during the night. The destinies are switched. You were born with a great destiny, but witches, they have switched your destiny. They have rendered you useless. You can't think properly. Even when you get into a serious relationship, you cannot handle that relationship. You end up with another man today, next year another man, or maybe 6 months down the line another man, and you're asking yourself, why is my life in shambles? Trust me, somebody played around with your destiny, and you must do something about it. You need to do something about it before it is too late. Do you have children that graduated, they went to school, or some of them, they went abroad, but what they are doing is contrary to what they planned to do when they get there? Why? Simply because the devil is playing around with their destiny. There are altars that people are speaking your names, calling your children's names, cursing your destiny, that this person must be useless, he must come to nothing. Their destiny, they are scattered. They will put padlocks together and lock them. They will throw one padlock in the ocean, and the key, they will throw it in another ocean side. And they will declare these words: if these two things meet together, then his destiny shall be open. How will that happen? And who is going to do that? You need God's intervention in your life so that he can break that case. Your life must come together. I believe I'm talking to somebody. So this is the blessings that, okay, this is what happened. I'm giving you an example that some people, they were born from rich family. That means that blessing was imparted on them. They inherited that blessing upon their lives. They don't have to struggle. Everything's just going on smoothly in their lives. But some, they have to fight with ordinary bread, ordinary eating. For them to eat, it's a struggle. They have to fight. Why? Because there is a case of poverty, the case of delay, case of frustrations that are going on in their lives. Somebody got to do something about it. Where are you watching this video from? I want you to contact us. We can pray for you. We can change things. There is the power that can break that yoke of the devil. You can change the history of your family. You can be the one. You can be the one if you just make that decision that, no, my life is not supposed to be here. Some of you are supposed to be rich by now. Some of you are supposed to have a big ministry, but things are not happening. Why? Because your destiny has been tampered with. Some people who pretend to be your friends, they bewitched you. Some people, when you give them money, you give them with a good heart, with good intentions. But when they take that money from your hands, they bewitch you. They will speak incantation. They will speak a lot of things. Some of you, you've got friends that are not even married. They see you, you are happy in your marriage, and they see that you're smiling every day. You don't know when they go home what they do. Some people, they have got their own altars in their houses, and they're speaking incantations, declaring things. They are cursing your name. They are cursing your marriage. And that marriage will not stand. If you don't take a step, you're going to regret. But it's not too late. You can take that step and reach out. And we're going to pray with you. And God is going to intervene in your life. I will speak to you in another video. Thank you for listening. And remember to subscribe. Remember to follow. Remember to comment, like this video. Apostle Mike is my name. I love you, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and you shall dwell in the house of the Lord now and forever. In Jesus' mighty name.